romance brewing in the next season, right?
What was the, sorry?
You're here to talk about the romance brewing.
Yes.
Happy and Toby, you want to see that?
I think that's been one of our biggest lessons at Comic-Con, is that, we knew that the love stories were a big part of the show, but it's so funny how we make this procedural drama with all this action, spending millions and millions of dollars on special effects. And the thing that I think draws the fans in are the relationships, and people are really rooting for these relationships, which is really fun, and as actors, it's a dream.
You know about so you're rooting for the romance too.
I want more kissing scenes,
Oh.
personally.
Are you going to weigh in on that?
She doesn't like it.
Hence the silence.
She wants action.
Yeah.
You guys think about the relationship
I think it could. I think these characters could much easier, it would be easier for them to defuse an atomic bomb than to navigate a romantic relationship. But I think there's a real connection there, and I think they each have something for each other, but they don't know how to interact. It's hard, and that's a real thing with geniuses, is that they are so hyperactive with their intelligence that emotionally they're completely stunted.
Yeah, I think that's the aspect of it where it's just like life, right? You meet someone and it's great in the beginning, and then all the stuff comes up, and then there's conflict, and you get through that, and it's sort of like that. And I feel like it's with Happy and Toby, it's very apparent, like the differences. But I think it's exciting to sort of just explore that. I think that's part of that, like in terms of just her upbringing and how she sees the world, like especially relationships, right? Part of it I think is she doesn't know what a healthy or good relationship looks like. That's not like in her grasp, or she doesn't have role models or anything like that. So I think that's part of her fear.
We were just told that they now write a little bit more specifically for the actors, since they know you better. Is there something fun they wrote something in you, specifically for your character, that you enjoyed very much doing?
From the jump, from when I auditioned for the character and I was reading the sides, my character is super fun. It's the most important thing for me is to be comfortable and have a good time, and the writers really do that for me. I love the comedy, I love the romantic stuff, I love the character interactions, and it's a rarity and a blessing for an actor to have writers writing for them directly. So I don't think too much. These writers know what they're doing, and we don't have time to question it or think about it too much. We just do it. So it's hard work, but we have a great time.
But was there something specific, like a stunt or a scene that you thought that kicked ass? I love doing that.
For me, it's the sarcasm. It's, I think the writing is good. It's not good for TV, it's good. When we have love scenes, they're well written, they're subtle. We hide enough to make it interesting, keep the audience guessing. What I enjoy most is the fact that we have good writers. We're not, you think it's TV, it'll be a bit schmaltzy. It's actually really good, so I love that.
Sorry?
Has our approach to our characters changed this season over last season?
I think for me it's just exploring, okay, so what does that do to her, and how is she going to approach the next season type thing.
Are they going to weigh in on the Walter Page romance and how much it's from their unit?
Are the characters? Yeah, I think the whole team is very worried about it, as are Walter and Paige. And that's a prominent theme in our first episode of the second season, is that they're having these feelings, but they're smart enough to know that it's not a good idea. And that's something that's true whether you work at Starbucks or for a company like Scorpion that's stopping disasters from happening. Romance usually isn't a good idea at the workplace, but it can be hard to stop, and especially with highly intelligent people. And that's a really fun thing to play as characters. This is a bad idea. Intellectually, I know this is a bad idea, but I feel this in my heart and I can't stop it. What a great device for a TV show.
They've kind of embraced difficult situations and worked them out beautifully, and they've embraced a childhood environment. I mean, that's an unusual circumstance for such a business environment as well.
Yeah.
Do you think they find a unique solution for this problem?
Yeah, from the very beginning, Justin Lin, who directed our pilot, my first conversation with him was, this is a guy with an astronomically high IQ and a ridiculously low EQ, emotional quotient. So yeah, you'd think that they'd be able to figure it out, but they can't because it's emotional. And look, we all know that, the best therapist in the world has no idea what to do with themselves. And it's ironic, but a truth.
We're going to see a lot of chaos come out of that.
Yes, there will be. I mean, the show and the characters and the conflicts that we've already created is fertile ground for a lot of interesting stories. And like I said, we got good writers that are going to exploit all those opportunities and at the same time have a lot of fun and do a bunch of cool stuff.